Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Josh Halter, owner and founder of the Bldg. So I wanted to show you guys some of the things that we always keep on hand when we're doing any type of work on our enclosures, inspections on our animals, things like that. We have a lot of customers come in and ask about this, so I wanted to share it with you. So obviously owning a retail store, I do have to lock all of my enclosures. So I do like these Exoterra locks. It actually has prevented theft here, but if you have small kids, and you don't want them getting into your enclosures, this is something that I found to be extremely beneficial. The next thing that we have is a thermometer hygrometer. If you don't have one of these in your enclosure as a way to, with a probe, to be able to move to look at your parameters, I highly recommend that you have one. Just because it gives you a baseline of what type of parameters you're offering in your enclosed habitat for your animals. So, and then we have a razor blade that goes in conjunction with the apple cider vinegar spray. Now, one of the biggest things that we have to do here fairly frequently is we have to clean our glass. So what I like to do, you guys see all the hard water stains on here. We do this about twice a week. So what I'm gonna do is I put the paper towel down at the base and I spray. And then I take the scraper, I go right like this. So I gotta tell you guys, it stinks. It is not our favorite smell here. We always know here in the showroom when it's door cleaning day. Now the reason I do apple cider vinegar is because it's really easy to clean. Being that it's so acidic, literally gets any stain off of the glass. I make sure that this is all 100% rinsed, cleaned, and that there's no residual left. I haven't found a product for the price that it is perform the same. So here we go. You can see it's crystal clear. The next thing that I always have on hand is a pair of gloves. So depending on what we're doing that day, if we have to spot clean or if we have to handle our amphibians, X, Y, and Z, I always make sure that we have nitrile gloves available. And then when we're doing the inspections on the cage, I always have a temp gun. So the temp gun is really important because you point the infrared at your hot spot or a cool spot and it gives you a reading. And then we also have a solar meter. And this is how we detect what Ferguson zone of UVB that we're offering. So again, it's all about making sure that we are double checking our parameters and making sure that the care we're offering is where it should be, right? And a lot of people like to say, I have an automatic misting system, but there are a lot of people that don't. I couldn't afford an automatic misting system for my first 10 years of keeping reptiles as pets, and I'd always go through these cheap little sprayers. But life hack, you can get these pesticide sprayers from Home Depot for about 14 bucks. This bad boy holds I think 2.5 gallons of water. We typically use Sparkletts water, but if you're using tap water, we treat it with like Reptisafe here at the Dude. Mainly just to try and help prevent hard water stains as well as making sure that the water is clean. You just don't want to use too much of it because then it can make the water salty and undrinkable for your reptiles. But then you have a smaller option, which is good for smaller collections. These are the sprayers. I always like using ones with the metal tip because the plastic ones for me just don't seem to last near as long, and they have different spray settings, which is really nice. Last but not least are tongs. So I have tweezers and tongs. These are from Redline Science. I am at some point going to be carrying the entire Redline Science instrument brand. I love what Robin and his team are doing, but I use these for lots of different things. We use these to put holes into the substrate to help facilitate checking the moisture depth, and then as well as checking isopod and springtail populations in the bottom layers as well. These here have the rubber on the tongs. A lot of times these can be used as feeding. So you don't want the pointy end of the metal getting in your reptile's mouth. It can cut the inside or it can cause damage. Same thing with your amphibians if you're like feeding worms to your white tree frogs or something like that. And then we always keep a toothbrush here as my final tool. This is just another good cleaning tool to use with a 10% Blue Dawn dish soap to get any spots off of wood or rocks or to clean anything that may need cleaned in the habitat if it's necessary. Again, guys, my name is Josh Halter. I just wanted to briefly show you some of the hacks that I use to maintain my enclosures to have them look pristine, because that's my standard here at the Bldg. If you guys have any questions or think of any other tools that you think are necessary that should be on this, drop a line on the comments and let us know. I really appreciate everybody's support. Dude abides.